This article is coming from Finbold. Number of IPOs in the U.S. fall 80% in 2022 amid economic uncertainty. The United States economy has been battered in recent months, with different sectors taking a hit, and the IPO space is emerging as one of the biggest casualties. In particular, according to data acquired and calculated by Finbold, on February 16th, the U.S. recorded 181 IPOs in 2022, representing a slump of a whopping 82% from 2021's 1,035. So here, from this graph, you can see the difference, and it was drastic. From the data, last year proved to be a challenging time for the U.S. IPO market, with the economic uncertainty characterized by rising interest rates and the Federal Reserve's aggressive monetary policy leaving the markets in a volatile state. Now, 2023 shouldn't be any different than 2022, because rates are continuing to increase. With many companies still facing rising interest rates and impending recession, the lackluster performance of IPOs in 2022 is likely to continue into the first half of 2023. I'm going to say it should continue for the rest of the year. Okay, let's go to the charts. Now, there is one IPO focused ETF that I'm aware of, and it's the Renaissance Capital. And it wants to track the performance of the Renaissance IPO index. So each quarter, that ETF rebalances as new IPOs are included. Older constituents cycle out 3 years after their IPO. So what this does is that it looks for IPOs that hit the market, and one of their stipulations is that they have up to 3 years to keep that IPO before they have to recycle into new IPOs. And top holdings, you have Airbnb, Snowflake. So Airbnb just reported good earnings. Price spiked, but it has closed the gap since. Snowflake, they reported disappointing earnings. Palantir just had their first profitable year in 2022. Roblox saw a surge in users. Coupang, I believe they are a outfit out of Asia. DoorDash, Lyotos, Royalty Pharma, K Holdings, and then yours truly, Coinbase, which has collapsed, but has come back in recent weeks with the 40% increase in Bitcoin, but it is pulling back now. So let's go to the IPO chart, and we're going to look at the monthly chart. This represents the 2020 pandemic lows. So price on the monthly is range bound. You can see how it hit the 13 simple moving average and then pull back. You definitely have buyers in this area at 23.50, but that also represents when the market surged, right? Beginning of the year. Let's go down to the weekly chart. So the lows, or the reversal off the lows, was done on low volume. So this tells me that, these lows could be breached. You have what's somewhat called tweezers. This is just selling pressure. So when I look at the weekly chart, I have my moving averages pointing down. I have a potential crossover, 13, crossing over the 26, potentially. That would be at least one signal that price has bottomed, per se. Alright, let's go down to the daily chart. I could say you had a double top, which is bearish. Price on Thursday did bounce off the 50 and 100 moving average. If we get a close above the 200 moving average, that won't mean anything to me until this 200-day moving average starts pointing up. That's going to be the confirmation for me with regards to IPO, where price has really bottomed and potentially is on its way up. Like I said, these reversal down at 23 was done on low volume. So for now, I would say the chart suggests there's more downside risk than there is potential reward to the upside. You can play the range, because right now you're in the middle, so price is somewhat at equilibrium, as we saw on the monthly. The monthly candle was an indecision candle, but again, we're only in week 1. So conservatively, I would just be sitting on my hands with regards to IPO, because when I look at the top 10 holdings, those stocks could see declines. You had Airbnb, which is a service-based company. Coinbase will be affected by crypto. Palantir, that's tech. Coupang is another tech company out in Asia. So, but it's worth putting on your radar. You know, when we do get into the next bull cycle, the IPO market will heat up. You're gonna have this frenzy on people wanting to get in. You're gonna have some FOMO, and that's when I would say that would be the opportunity to consider buying some shares of Renaissance IPO. Until next time.